Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, the ACDP believes that if one treats the leadership of the Chapter 9 institutions with the same constitutionally inspired deference that is accorded to judges, it behoves that leadership to behave accordingly. When there's misconduct, incapacity or incompetence in evidence, then special provisions as set out in Section 194 come into play. And the 17-step process set out in the rules is designed to protect the dignity and effectiveness of the very Chapter 9 institutions. Today's consideration of the report is part of that process. As the Speaker has indicated, we are not voting today on whether the Public Protector is guilty of misconduct or incompetence. What we are doing today is exercising a quasi-judicial function to consider a preliminary report of the independent panel as to whether an inquiry should take place. It is that later inquiry that will determine whether the Public Protector is guilty of misconduct or incompetence. And it is crucial to note that the panel need only establish a prima facie case to answer of misconduct or incompetence to warrant it recommending a later inquiry. Now, the legal threshold for prima facie evidence is not very high. It's similar to a public prosecutor considering whether there's a prima facie evidence to prosecute a case. In this case, it is the court at a later stage that decides on the version of guilty or not. So when we vote today on whether or not to refer the matter to the committee, we should set aside our political views and vote in the same manner that judges do when they make decisions, when they consider on this basis of prima facie evidence. Impartiality, independence, and objectivity should be brought to bear with a view to acting rationally when we so vote. If the decision is to be purely political, then the elaborate efforts, costs, processes and procedures would definitely be superfluous. Politics should not trump procedure, as the Honourable Singh has said. In this regard, the panel makes it very clear its findings on the prima facie evidence of incompetence that stretched over 3 years, as well as that relating to misconduct. The issue of retrospectivity is also dealt with in the report and found to have no legal basis. Now, as a result of the conclusive prima facie evidence contained in the report, the ACDP believes that the report should be referred to a committee for a formal inquiry to be held. Any other decision would, in our view, be a miscarriage of justice. We'd like to thank the Honourable Speaker for this process and support the report. I thank you.
Thank you very much.